Hello everyone, welcome back to the Cronecast at the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do yes and no tarot, I do astrological reading tarot, I do candle magic tarot, and I'm also doing synchronicity reads. Hey, why do I keep seeing specific numbers in sequence? This reading is for if you keep seeing 222, what are your spirit guides trying to communicate with you? What is the universe trying to tell you? There are 4 piles in a pick a card presentation. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. In a moment, there's going to be an insert where you can concentrate, meditate, see which one calls out to you. That is the pile that you're most meant to receive. Before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Please consider sharing it as well because it really does help my channel. If you hit the post bell notification, you will be notified every time that I post a video. All right, there's going to be an insert in a moment, and I will see you at the time of your pile. Let's see what the universe is trying to tell you. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 1, this is your reading. I'm going to go ahead and leave that out there for you. This is the White Sage deck. This is the deck that I had so many problems with when I first got it, but it's now reading quite well. Every now and then you don't have compatible energies with something, but we've come to an agreement. So 2 is the number of delicate internal balance. It can be partnership. It's the number about choices. It's also the number of options and being able to choose between them as well. All right, so let's get going with your oracle cards and see what the universe is trying to tell you with the synchronicity, the repeating numbers. Become a clear channel. Sometimes when you're getting 2s around trying to develop your channeling ability, it is about trying to have energetic balance, aligning your chakras, making sure that your energy is flowing clearly. This is the animal oracle. It is moose. With self-reliance and measured patience, adversity will be overcome. This is another card about being whole within. This is also a card of healing from codependence. This is a card of knowing that you are strong, you are enough by yourself. That has nothing to do with needing to remain single. It's just being able to be relying on yourself is the easiest way to tap into your personal power, to know that no matter what comes up, you are your best problem-solving tool. Time to go. Okay, very interesting. Time to go, of course, is when it's time to leave something behind, when it's time to move into a new phase. 2 can also be the number that has to do with tapping in, trying again to form the clear channel to have that connection to higher self, and then working with your 3D self as well. My dear friend, very interesting. This can be about animals appearing that are representations of our spirit guides. It can also be, again, that self-love, that nature is healing energy, trying to get out there, trying to make sure that you live in balance with grounding. Grounding is the best energy for trying to tap in. It seems counterintuitive, but it's actually not. The more attached you are to the 3D, the clearer the messages that you will receive. This is the card Concern from one of the Kipper oracles. Okay, they're trying to call your attention to a state of unbalance is what it's looking like right now. Be of service. Well, you might be called to be whole within because it is time for your life's purpose to come to you. Being of service to others. Now, one of the things that people, every now and then I'll get a comment in the comment section about why would you help somebody, what's in it for you. Listen, part of our life's journey is to be part of a collective, to make a difference in this world. This place is just a great big university, and we're here to learn lessons. If you're getting this notice, it is about your life's purpose. And why would you want to go towards your life's purpose if it denies you the things that make you happiest? First of all, it won't. It will make you feel purposeful. And when you are living in your purpose, everything that is meant for you will come to you. But then also, if you are completing the missions and the lessons that you are meant to learn while you are here, it means you are less likely to have to come back, which has a tendency to gladden the hearts of most people. Journey. Okay, interesting. Time to go and journey. It could be a time to physically move on. It could be a time to emotionally move on, since 2 is the number of partnerships as well. It is possible that there's a problematic relationship that you need to release, but let's see. There we go. And then I have adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Wow, this is one of the tougher energies because there's almost, it's such a hurtful concept. Oh, you did that hideous thing to me to try and teach me something. That's not what that means. Most of the time, something is sort of escalated. The trauma that we experience can be deepened, made worse by the fact that we've tried to cling to things that are not meant for us any longer. Our ego gets in the way. Sometimes we have a harder time seeing the difference between what is meant for us and what we want. And sometimes what we want has to do with trying to heal old trauma, trying to resolve old issues. So adversity, here's the thing, if something terrible happened to you and you look in the past and somebody asks you, well, what did you learn from that? And your response is, I didn't really learn anything. It was just a horrible thing that happened. I'm so glad it's over. You remember, if we don't repair it, it will be repeated. And so if you learn the lessons from the problems, the calamities, the difficulties that have come to you, then that lesson is cleared essentially from your curriculum and you get to move forward. And if you don't, will it absolutely come back in this lifetime? Remember, journey is also a card of our soul's journey as we're here. Not necessarily within this lifetime, but until we learn a lesson, it does repeat. Well, that was interesting. I have the Knight of Wands in reverse, which can be about frustration and a lack of balance. I have the Judgment card in the upright. That is enlightenment. It is life's purpose coming to you. It's also the card of the Archangel Gabriel, which is the power that I'm a conduit for. It is the advanced spirit of communication and the spirit of air. It's on top of the Devil in reverse, which is a card about healing and leaving behind relationships that don't serve you any longer. Let's get going here. What else do we have for pile number 1, please? What are the repeating twos in their lives trying to tell them, whether their spirit guides trying to communicate? All right. 10 of Pentacles in the upright. It can be a card of confusion. It's also windfall luck. It's security. It's an excellent energy for trying to live in a life's purpose so that everything that you have is provided for you. Remember, when you're in a purposeful energy, whatever your particular needs are, and some people are perfectly happy with just a knapsack on their back. And if that's the truth of the matter for you, then that's the universe providing for you. But others, we need more. We need comfort. We need security. We need to be assured of a future that is not dangerous for us. We do best when we're not frightened. And it can be very difficult to trust that we're not alone. And there have been, upheavals in the past that might have tested your ability to believe that everything will work out. With the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, that's a card of having learned lessons and being able to release them. That is one of the cards that say that, like, the things that you've gone through, this particular energy, you have made the effort. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse, which is a card of intuition. It is tapping in. It can also be denying your feelings about a matter. Let's see what's going on 2 more times. This 1 and this is 2. Let's get the rest of this read down. This is such a cute little deck. I really enjoy the artwork. If you're a beach fan, then you should as well. Also, always ignore my hands. I do so much magic with candles. I have cuts on them, I have burns on them, they're always pretty banged up. I have the 8 of Swords in reverse, that's 2 8s in reverse, but this is walking free from doubt, believing in self, reprogramming that inner voice that comes to us in childhood. It's if you were raised in any type of difficult situation, any kind of difficult home, this card in the upright can mean that the voice that tells you you can't do things has to do with your formative experience. In reverse, this is confidence. This is knowing that you have the power within your life. I have the High Priestess in the upright. That's secrets. It's things being concealed. It's also forces at work. It's one of the feminine divine cards. This is goddess energy. It's also magical energy. 10 of Swords in the upright and the hopes and fears. That's a difficult energy because that is about something being done and over, but it's also a card of spiritual awakening. I have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which can be you're having trouble getting things off the ground, you're having trouble getting started, with the Seven of Wands in reverse as well. That is giving up a fight, giving up a struggle. Sometimes it is stepping back and sometimes it is walking away. It's also another card of being able to relax. This card and this card together, there's something that you've put in work on. Allow it to see, allow yourself to believe that you have changed, that you have evolved and you have grown, and your confidence is building with that. I have the Three of Swords in reverse, a healing energy. There we go. I have the Ace of Wands in reverse. That's two aces in reverse. With the Two of Cups in reverse, that's being parted, sometimes from a relationship that is no longer serving you. In fact, it looks like quite a frustrating connection because with no contact. The Eight of Wands in reverse. Now that can be blocked messages on social media. It's blocked progress as well. But both the Eight of Wands and the Six of Wands in reverse are two cards that are usually about delays versus nothing happening ever. This is the Star card in the upright. The Star card is the card for Aquariuses, but it's also, it's dreaming of something. Sometimes it is something that you can't quite get to, something that is beyond your reach. Mostly though, it is a card of belief and faith and knowing that even though you walk in this land, you are tied to the higher collective, to the universe, and to the collective consciousness. Death in the upright can be the card for Scorpios, but it is also the card of rebirth and regeneration. It is simply a new beginning card. I have the Ace of Cups in the upright, which is emotional fulfillment and happiness. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. Even though it's been a frustrating journey as you try to live in your purpose and you're seeing 222 again, you're being asked to balance energetically because they are trying to communicate with you. You have been trying to likely heal a difficult relationship, two relationships with this Devil in reverse card, because the Devil in the upright is the card of temptation and relationships to people, places, or things that aren't necessarily helping us. You've had your guard up quite a bit. You're feeling more and more secure. You have learned the lessons that you need to, and you are feeling more confident. Your intuition is pretty on point, but you're wondering, where does this all go? Now, the High Priestess card is also the second card within the tarot in most decks. We're talking about 222. That can be the feminine energy of the universal divine trying to contact you, trying to add to your emotional flow, trying to allow you to accept love without being imperiled by it. The 10 of Swords in the upright can be an energy of needing to release something from the past. And in fact, we've got a couple of cards here that suggest that. With Time to Go and Journey. My dear friend, I really like this for what it says with the High Priestess. We are never more connected to the divine than when we are interacting with nature, because our spirit guides are able, they can't control people very easily, but they're able to guide animals very easily. When you're out taking hikes, when you're out in nature, pay particular attention. That can be the divine trying to communicate with you. You've had a couple of energy blockages and it has been frustrating. You've been waiting for a news cycle to begin. And again, you should be just bombarded at this point with synchronicities. Stop pushing too hard. That's the Seven of Wands energy in reverse. You are healed, but things don't happen instantaneously. One of your lessons when you're trying to inhabit your life's purpose energy is learning patience, is knowing that things come to us in the time they are meant to. This is the cup running over energy. It's also, this can be the Holy Grail. It's also divine love. It's also that love of self within, knowing that the greatest happiness comes from within because nobody else can take it away. This is this purpose energy with the Judgment card. Let's go ahead and grab a fairy oracle. This is Messages from Fairies. It has a very labored title, but it's a very good deck. What do we have for group number 1? Why are they seeing 222 everywhere? What are the spirit guides trying to communicate? This, by the way, is the number 2 as well, Journey, in the energy deck. So we've got a bunch of 2s on the scene as it is. Here we go. 2 more times, please. All right, there we go. That was popping. Emotional healing. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. Hey, healing's a difficult journey. I often wish that people would that we'd be a little bit more honest about what healing feels like. It can be devastating, it can be difficult, it can be crying your guts out until you wish that like you could simply cease to be. You're stronger afterwards, but it is confronting the difficulties, the pain that surround our existence sometimes, and the lessons that we're trying to learn. Because we are with the energy of partnership with that number 2, I'm going to go ahead and check romance angels. What is the number 2? What is the synchronicity that our spirit guides keep sending us with 222? What is it trying to communicate? Romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. Hey, with that, codependency is very, very common in particularly psychics and empaths, because we can feel other people's feelings and sometimes we can let them become too important to us, even more important than our own. So after you're healed, it can be a little bit intimidating, the thought of, should I ever have another partner? That almost wrecked me. It took me so long to put myself back together. I'm not really willing to take that risk again. Listen, if you're healed, you're safe. You don't need to isolate yourself. You don't need to remain away from other people. It's okay if you don't want to date. It's okay if you don't want to have relationships, but don't make that choice based from fear. And the next time that you meet somebody, and if this particular energy is saying, I've already met that person, I wish I was with that person, I want that person, they're not quite in your life right now, but apparently those feelings are real and they are worth exploring. Let's get an angel answers card as well, so that we can check and see if you have a question. This is an excellent time to have it, get it in your head, and we'll see if the cards will answer it. No need to worry. I'm picking up unlikely, and because it dropped out underneath, but unlikely came out first with no need to worry. Whatever your answer, whatever your question was, these were the answers that came out. No need to worry. Remember, you're not alone in this. I know it really can feel that way. It can feel as if sometimes when we're talking about communicating with guides, communicating with our squad, our team, that the energies that are looking out for us, it starts to almost feel silly because, you know, we're talking about our imaginary friends. They're real. They're real. They don't control as much as we want them to. They can only guide our choices. We are really steering this ship, but my gosh, they want to be our GPS. And keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Ask and pay attention. And if you don't get guidance on something, don't worry. Just trust in your instincts, in your intuition with that Queen of Cups in reverse. That means that you are tapped in, and being a clear channel is also an indication that your information is flowing to you and through you. So if you don't get an answer when you ask, when you tap in, hey, what am I supposed to do? That is an indication that it is time to look within to know. This is power. Take hold of what you know is yours. Jonquil. This is the flower of the oracles. I'm really enjoying it. Most of my cards end up with conjure oil on them again because I do a lot of magic. But let's go ahead and we'll check the Making Magic deck as well. That concern card. Here's the thing. I think that you are afraid of pairing up with somebody again after a difficult period. You're not being like urged that you have to do anything. You're not. But don't exclude people because you're afraid of getting hurt again. You will protect yourself. You have you. You are your greatest ally. And should the wrong person enter, you'll be able to show them the door very quickly and heal from them more speedily than you have in the past because you've done all this work. Let's get a Making Magic card as well. 2 more times. What advice do we have from the magical universe? Here we go. Safe and happy travel, protection from harm when journeying. This can be a literal journey. The time to go suggests, again, maybe you're moving, maybe you're taking a new job, maybe you're living in a new place, but safe and happy travel, protection from harm while journeying. Trust your progress. Trust the divine. Trust that you are not alone in this. 2, it's the number of partnership. One of the reasons that you're seeing 222 is your spirit guides, the universe itself is trying to let you know you're actually not alone in this. You do have guidance. You do have a team. it can feel, when you don't have everything you want, that can be a difficult thing to believe. But the truth of the matter is that you do have guidance both within you and around you. Let's go ahead and get a fortune cookie card. We have property. A property purchase or sale, for many, but heed security concerns in any transactions. Be cautious, be careful. This is a moving energy as well. And it came out with another, which is twists and turns. Carefully made plans could be thrown out the window as major changes and interruptions surround you. Make sure you get lots of rest to cope with all the upheaval. So another thing that helps with energetic balance is making sure that you have the appropriate work-life balance, that you are getting out there, that you're seeing friends, that you're not just retreating into self. Many people with this kind of intuitive vibe, they self-isolate in order to feel safe. So let's do a little bit of a wrap up here to talk about what the 222 energy is talking about. This can be blocked flow on progress, but it is also a card of impatience. Remember, patience is peace. It's the cure to anxiety. Try to inhabit it. No matter how much you concentrate on the passage of time and when's that thing I want going to get here, it doesn't alter the passage of time. So you might as well relax. You might as well say, what does today have to offer to me? I don't have what I want, but I do have many blessings. Enjoy every aspect of your life. It helps heal that impatience. Judgment is the card of life's purpose. It is being called to something. One of the things about tapping in is asking to be guided towards how can you be of service to others. Again, that is one of the energies of a life's purpose. Try to listen and remember, everyone's purpose will be different. Sincerely, you could be a plumber and that's your life's purpose because you don't, like, that helps relieve stress. It helps keep people in a secure and healthy environment as well. Sincerely, life's purpose does not have to be something having to do with spirituality. It is that which you're good at, what you're meant for, that helps others and is of service to the world around you. I know that you've had difficulties in the past, but you've been able to overcome them. And then here we go. When self-reliance and measured patience, adversity will be overcome. Patience. Patience is the thing that you're being asked to lean in on a little bit. The time to go, it sometimes is time to leave things in the past, but it looks very much like you're contemplating a physical move or a relocation or potentially travel. The devil in reverse is giving up relationships to things that don't serve you. It can be people, it can be substances, it can be resisting doubt as well. This is a very secure energy. It's also monetary security. This, when you're being provided for, again, what you need will come to you. This is the card of being able to relax. You've learned so many lessons as it is. Your doubts about whether or not you're truly connected are starting to heal. Part of the reason you're getting 222 is you can feel a magical universe trying to connect with you. And how do you connect? Hey, if you don't meditate well, one of the things you can do is fall asleep to guided meditations, particularly ones that help you meet your spirit guides, can help enhance your ability to receive messages. And remember, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have dreams, where your spirit guides sit down at a table with you and say, hey, you know what you're supposed to do, go do this, go do that. But what will happen is you wake up with a feeling of direction, a feeling of purpose, a feeling of being accompanied, my dear friend, being accompanied through life and having protection from beyond. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse, with the Three of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Wands in reverse, try to relax a little bit more. Sometimes you get frustrated and you don't make the progress that you want to because you expect things to happen very quickly. One of the things about anxiety is impatience. Your intuitions is also impacted by that negatively. So remember, whenever you start feeling anxious, tell yourself to relax. Tell yourself that you're overthinking, that even if there's a problem, there's a solution. I heard the cutest little song on TikTok that was exactly that. And I hum it whenever I feel my anxiety ramping up. And today is the day of a full moon, and we have emotional purging around that as well. Your frustration with a pairing that is currently not in your life, It's not here quite yet because it's not the right time. But that romantic feelings cards, if there's somebody you have feelings for, just go about your business, your purpose, your life, your path. That person's going to catch up when the time is right. Don't focus on them. Focus on you. Focus on your own life, on your own journey. Be of service. Invite the messages in. Go on your own journey, and indeed, they really will catch up. The Ace of Cups is the beginning of something emotionally satisfying. This is a new beginning energy. A new beginning brings emotional satisfaction. And this, again, is a card of faith and of hope. So, group number 1, 222, what are they trying to communicate with you? Tap in. Your guidance system is working just fine. Your impatience is just a little ramped up. Remember, one of the easiest ways to get messages from your guides is to pick a card readings, try to go towards guidance. Your spirit guides can talk to you through other people, through readers, through things that catch your attention. You could be in a bookstore walking through it and a title will stand out to you. That is also a spirit guide communication. Remember, it doesn't happen in quite the way that we think it will when we start this journey, but once you tap in and tune in, you realize that the communication is always all around you. Good luck on your journey, group number 2. The concerns that you have about whether or not your progress is actually on track, it is. You're just being a tiny bit impatient. Thanks so much for joining me, group number 1. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below, and an insert in a moment has all the information on how to contact me. Please remember, I will never approach you in the comments sections with a telephone number or trying to sell readings on WhatsApp. Like most of the tarot card readers on YouTube at present, I have a scammer. The only way to book me is through my website. I do not read via PDF, text, or email. Take care, be well. I will see you next time. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 2, then this is your pile and this is your reading. Why do you keep seeing 222? Let's find out. This is the Tarot Your Way deck. It's by Barbara Moore. I actually recommend it for beginners. It becomes with a very good guidebook. But this 2 of Pentacles, which I chose because 2 is one of the numbers of internal balance. It is being tapped into the collective and grounded in the 3D. So all of the piles were marked with the 2 of Pentacles. We'll take this for the tarot spread that we're going to pull, but let's get started with your oracle cards. Please excuse the way my hands look. I do a ton of magic, so they're usually a little scarred, and because I do so much candle magic, they may have burns on them. All right, here we go. Look forward. Let the past go and move forward. That is one of the things that will help restore you to energetic balance and allow you to tap in and receive messages more clearly. Bison, recognize the riches of the past and the abundance of the present. Hey, listen, even if you have had difficulties in the past, don't let it define your entire life. Go back, look for the joy, look for the good experiences, look for the good memories, even sometimes with people that you've left behind. Simply because you've outgrown a relationship or you had to release it because it was damaging doesn't mean it is solely defined by that damage. You can still have had a good experience with somebody at times, even if they weren't overall serving your greatest good or your highest good. There are still things to be gleaned from the past that are positive. Remember, past you helped make present you. Never disparage that person. They have been your greatest teacher. We have observer as well. Okay. This can feel like you're standing on the outside looking in. I have the journey, lots of journeying cards. Observer and journey. Oh, don't forget to participate in things. You might be somebody who got hurt enough that you like to stand on the sidelines, but you're a little bit afraid to go forward. Coffin. This is something that is gone. This is the past. The only really, when it comes to the past, we can look at our happy memories. We can look at the lessons that we've learned, but it doesn't have the power to hurt us any longer. unless we have trauma that we haven't processed. If you're in the here and now, look back, recognize what happened, and release it to the extent that you can. On your journey forward, it will allow you to be observant of your growth, of who you've become and who you wish to be as you go forward. I have choose love over fear. Oh, with that observer energy. Okay, you've sidelined yourself, maybe from partnership with that Two of Pentacles in the upright, and a man holding a heart. Yep, you may have had a terrible breakup and now you're afraid to connect with anybody. Let's find out. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Hey, we really are meant to mingle with other people. That doesn't mean you have to have romance if you don't wish to, but it does mean don't close off possibilities based in fear. Here we go. The man holding a heart is one of the love of the divine cards as well, meaning that you are the recipient of divine love. Let's get going with the tarot your way for the spread for group number 2. Why are they seeing 222 everywhere? What are their guides trying to tell them? What's the message here? Okay, 1 and 2. One more time. 3. Sorry, bumped my tripod. There we go. 4 of Swords in reverse is taking action. It is not standing back and watching. It is being a participant in life as well. With the 8 of Wands in the upright, that is a card of journeying. That is a card of forward motion. I have the Hermit in the upright, which is a card of being in seclusion to learn life's lessons. It is a card of enlightenment. It is a card of growth. It is also one of the cards of contemplation. I have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. This can be learning your own leadership ability, your own self-reliance. In the upright, it's a card of working together, but in reverse, it calls attention to your individual power. The Pentacles are always about earthly concerns, earthly matters. They can be about, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, the earth signs, but more often they're about our health, our well-being, both spiritual and emotional. We have the 8 of Cups in the upright. That is a spiritual journey. It can also be the journey. It can also be actual moving. It can be going on to a new job. It can be seeking more. With the 10 of Cups in the upright, okay. That's a life partnership. That is family. This is also the card for miracles. This is having it all. This is one of the happiest cards in the deck. It is being blessed. It is having family. It is having connection, and family takes a different form for everybody. If you have good friendships, if you have relatives that you love and enjoy, that's wonderful, but family can take whatever form is meant for you, and one is not better than the other. Enjoy the reality that is given to you and make the most of it. We have the Chariot in reverse. That is blocked energy, something coming to an end. Sometimes it is making a choice as well. The 2s are about making choices. The 9 of Cups in the upright. Wow, you've got the 8, the 9, and the 10. The 9 of Cups is a bounty. It is wish fulfillment. It is receiving and manifestation. It's one of the wish fulfillment cards, meaning that when you see it, you're likely to get what you're hoping for. You may be hoping for a new partnership, but you've got some fear-related cards as well. You let go of something in the past and you're wondering when you will move forward. I have the Page of Swords in the upright. That's in the hopes and fears. This can be signing contracts. It can be research. It can be communication via text. And it can be an air sign who's interested in you. If you're a little bit younger, this can be a younger person coming towards you with greater interest. But the pages get things started. That's in the hopes and fears, though, with the King of Swords in the upright. Clarity, truth. This can be an older person. It can be a judge. It can be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But it doesn't have to be. And it's why I so rarely call out the astrological signs, this is more about analysis, kind of divorcing yourself from being overly emotional. And one of the reasons to do that is to understand your own fear in order to be free of it. The Ace of Wands in reverse, that's a second card that has to do with holding yourself back. This can be blocked energies I think you're not taking action around your emotional world because you're, yeah, there we go. Knight of Wands in the upright, progress, movement, multiple cards of journeying going forward. You might be frustrated with the rate at which things are happening. The Eight of Pentacles in the upright, but there were lessons that you needed to learn in order to master the past, in order to release it. With the Queen of Cups in the upright, this can be water sign energy. It can be, but it's more often loving kindness, self-care, self-love. It can be someone's mother. It can also, of course, be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But again, more often I have a tendency to concentrate on personality traits and the emotional connotation, simply because there's so much that goes into astrology. The Queen of Wands in the upright is someone who is compelling, a leader, someone who is living a purposeful life. She's able to talk people into things, and she's usually someone who can do magic and manifest. Often this person's considered attractive by other people. Two of Cups in the upright, well, with the Tower in the upright. And then I have the King of Wands in the upright. Okay, well, group number 2, if you're not asking about a relationship, maybe you should be. The 222 that you are seeing is because there's apparently a soulmate connection that is going to lead to a life partnership, a loving individual. This does not have to be a man, by the way. Gender is essentially meaning in tarot. We have feminine and masculine energies inside, but wish fulfillment is coming to you. You are finding a divine partner. This person's going to find you very attractive, but there's balance within the relationship because there is also love. If this is not good news to you because you've still been healing and you've decided you're going to be alone, that you just want to be the observer, that is actually let go of the past, live in the present, recognize that you have made the changes that you need. You do not need to stand on the sidelines and watch. You are meant to be mixing it up. You did grow. Look to the future, don't look to the past. You learned what you were meant to. And then the Bison card is recognize the riches of the past and the abundance of the present, and that will bring you more in the future. Let's go ahead and we're going to get a magical messages from fairies card. I don't like the title very much, but it's a very good oracle card. Here we go. Let's get going. What else do we need to know about what looks like a divine pairing coming up for you? Quite frequently have to learn a lot about ourselves before our true soulmate can come to us. If your healing was delayed because you had extensive trauma, know that that doesn't mean that you're going to be alone, that you're denied the possibility of having a true partnership. Love is important at any stage of life. It really is not age related. You can be 16 or you can be 60 and still fall as deeply in love. Here we go. Marriage. The fairies join you in celebrating wedded bliss. Oh, group number 2. I do hope that you're ready to be a part of a sacred union, part of a soulmate union. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take a Romance Angels card because this could not be more about like falling in love and being with a human. What have we got? What have we got? Give me something. Let's go for the Romance Angels. Group number 2, I was aware that when I was doing the 2s, that they were likely going to have to be something about soulmates, partnerships. Here we go. Divine pairings, your best match. Let's go one more time. And I have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Hey, it looks like there's something that you had to kind of put in the past and declare just gone from your life with that coffin energy. But you did grow, move forward, and allow more love to come into your life. Choose love over fear. The past won't repeat if you are different because you will have a different outcome because you know yourself better, you can choose better, and you can make things happen. All right, here we go with that Queen of Wands energy in particular. That's something that you can do. All right, let's put that aside and we're going to go for an Angel Answers card. Hey, if you have a question, this is a really good time to get it in your head. I'm not going to interpret this very much. I'm just going to go ahead and draw the card for you. What do we have for group number 2? What other angel answers do they need? What is the 222 that they keep seeing, trying to communicate to them? Okay. Perfect timing. If you've gotten the divine timing card over and over and over again, and you're wondering, okay, does that divine timing thing, is it ever the right time? Because it feels like I'm just perpetually waiting. This is close. Like, this is a close-in energy, that 10 of Cups in the upright. You did. You had to walk away from things in the past that were very difficult and damaging. And like you doubted whether or not there was going to be another relationship is what that looks like. But you do have somebody coming up. There we go. That King of Wands in the upright and with the Queen of Wands, that's a good, fiery, passionate connection. And that Tower in the upright, this is sudden change. Things are happening. This is manifesting. This is manifesting. This is an ardent interest, as is this. I have healing, true healing of the mind, body, and soul. If you've kind of been through the poo and you wondered, hey, am I ever, ever, ever going to be healed? Apparently the time is nigh. And you're seeing 222 because the time is very close by for you to make that soul level connection, find that life partner. And again, it doesn't matter what age you are. There is somebody for you. The divine does pair us up. It is very rare for somebody to come here and live in a purposeful energy and to not find a person to share their life with. Future, you may travel or host an overseas traveler soon. Either way, great social fun awaits. So that 8 of Wands energy can be travel overseas. And by the way, overseas does not necessarily mean from a foreign land. It can, but as a, for instance, I live not far outside of LA. Almost everybody who comes here travels overseas to get here. Okay, so let's go over the cards at the end here. Remember, you have found your, it's time to get off the sidelines. Progress and moving forward is called for. Come out of your healing stasis. You have discovered your personal power. You've gone on a journey. You've discovered more about yourself, about your past, maybe mistakes you made. You've been trying to release it. You're a little uncertain about whether or not that means that you get everything. Do you get a life partner? Do you get a 2 of Cups person? Well, apparently you do, and it's pretty darn soon. And it is a divine timing because the Tower is the card of divine timing and divine intervention. You have not, like nothing's been happening for a while. Crickets are basically your roommates. But manifesting energy is bringing you a communication from somebody who truthfully has a great interest in you. They have learned their own life lessons and they both see all sides of you. This isn't somebody who's just valuing you for your exterior. They want your interior world as well. Group number 2, lucky group number 2. Apparently you have a soulmate pairing coming up. I'm very happy for you and I hope it goes very well for you. Keep paying attention to those synchronicities and remember that delicate balance within can be maintained as long as you always remember you are the person with the power in your life. No matter what has befallen you, you're the person who saved yourself, you're the person who fixed things, and you're the person who healed yourself. Believe in yourself and know that you can choose love over fear. Take care, be well. I'll see you next time. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. That is the only way to book me. Please don't pay attention to scammers in my comment sections pretending to be me. It's a very common problem in the tarot community. It's not me. If you want to book me, it's through my website. Take care, be well. I will see you next time. Thank you for joining me. If you chose pile number 3, then this is your reading. This is the Celtic deck. I used to use it only for conflicts. I picked it out here because it can be about making choices as well. We'll get this guy in the mix soon. Hey, please excuse my hands. They're usually cut up and burned because I do a ton of candle magic. But I'm trying to focus on the cards more because I think it gives a little bit more depth to these type of readings. So we have face your adversities immediately. All right, that can be to glean the lessons from them. The choice is actually yours. If you're feeling like I can't look backwards, I can't look at all that pain, I can't find the lesson, keep trying, keep trying. It has changed you in ways that make you your greatest ally. I have porcupine. You may defend yourself honorably without hurting those close to you. This is a card of having learned boundaries. The 2s are about this kind of delicate energetic balance within. People who have been damaged in the past, those adversities, if you learn the lessons from them, they will not repeat. And if you learn the lessons from them, you can learn to recognize red flags as they are happening, and you can have boundaries and protect yourself without isolating. One of the problems with people who have suffered a great deal of trauma is sometimes they self-isolate to try and find safety. I have come to the edge. Okay, risk. You're being asked to choose some risk. That is probably not glad tidings to you. We have a tendency to have a bunch of safety seekers within my collective, but that is the way things can get better. Abracadabra is a manifesting energy that is magic manifesting within this realm. I have change. Okay. Come to the edge, change, face your adversity, and abracadabra. That's a lot of manifestation. Know your truth. Hey, again, if you're looking at the past and you're saying that was just a ton of pain, remember there are lessons there that can make you stronger, that can give you better boundaries, that can give you a better sense of power as well. The past does not predict the future. The future can be different because you have changed through your adversities. You have learned. You've faced the truth, and it's time to take risk and allow people in again. First chakra, Archangel Michael, you can defeat your own darkness. You are secure, and you are self-protective. And then I have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Remember, your greatest ally is you. And it can be difficult if you've accidentally allowed the wrong people in and allowed them to stay that little bit too long. Don't berate yourself. We all do that, and we are meant to. We're meant to stumble. We're meant to make mistakes, and we are meant to learn from them. All right, let's get going here. What does group number 3 need to know about seeing 222 all over the place? Not normally a number sequence associated with change, but there's risk, and it looks like you're being asked to choose to take a little bit more risk, to have more faith in yourself, and to trust in yourself more. All right, here we go. 3 more times. This is 1. And this is 2. And this is 3. This is the deck that I had in a box for close to 30 years. No, I guess 22 years. 22 years. And when I took it out, it just slung out really angry cards for like a week. It was like it was cursing me out. It has since seemingly healed and now just reads quite well. This is the Lovers in the Upright. This is a card of choices. This is a card of making that balance within, of knowing your personal power as well. This is a card that says, this is a Gemini card as well, but this is a card that is about sacred partnership, but also knowing how to balance the head and the heart within, to choose head over heart or heart over head, depending on the circumstances. And it's always best to strike that delicate balance. I have the Emperor in the, that was going to be in the reverse, my least favorite combination. This might be somebody from the past who misused their power over you. The Sun in the Upright is a new beginning. This can be the birth of an actual child, but it is the start of something new that will bear fruit. It's a very positive card. It's the good vibes card. It is also the card of things happening in the summer. 4 of Pentacles in the Upright is being a little bit too guarded, holding on to things. Remember, release the past to the extent that you can. 5 of Swords in the Upright is a card of, it's change. 5 is the energy of change, but it's also a conflict. Sometimes a battle you can't win that you're being asked to turn around and walk away from. 6 of Cups in the reverse is a difficult past, sometimes a difficult relationship to the past. I have the King of Swords in reverse. That can be denial. It can be not facing a truth. It can be being lied to as well. You may have someone from your past who was damaging to you and you're conflicted about going forward. I have the 8 of Cups in reverse. That is a returning energy. This could be somebody coming back into your life who caused a little bit of crap. Don't worry, you can handle that person. You can defend yourself. The first Archangel, the first chakra, Archangel Michael, is the root chakra. Feel secure in yourself. The 9 of Wands in reverse is you have the appropriate boundaries. You don't need to go in with a bazooka to defend yourself. Knight of Pentacles in the Upright is having learned lessons, making progress, slow but steady, and it's trusting in the process, trusting in your ability to continue to make a difference and that your hard work pays off. 10 of Swords in the Upright is something being done and over, releasing the past in particular, but it is also a card of spiritual enlightenment. It is about your past self seeding the way for your more evolved future self, and never take a dim view of your past self. That person was a soldier and a student, and no matter how much you stumbled, no matter how much you fell, that is your best ally. Everything you like about yourself is made possible by that person. Never look down on your person from the past. They were a work in progress, as you still are. Love yourself no matter at what stage. And remember, time is fluid. We don't really understand the construction of it. So at difficult times in the past, the self-love that you feel now could be the very thing that sustains you through them, because time does not work the way we think it is. We think it's of it as being linear. It's not. Our thinking about it is linear. Time is essentially happening all at once, which means that your self-love can sustain you through difficult times in the past. That is actually how that works. Page of Cups in the upright. This is called the Knave of Cups in this particular. This is a surprise. It is emotional fulfillment. It can be a flirtation. It can be the start of something new. Five of Wands in reverse is a card of peace, serenity. Seven of Pentacles in reverse as well. That can be a process that was a little thwarted, something that didn't quite work out. With the Page of Wands in the upright, you've got the Page of Wands, you've got the Page of Cups. Action is being taken around something that will make you much happier, but it came after a difficult period. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. That's another card of being able to relax. With the Queen of Swords in reverse, you have both the King and the Queen of Swords in reverse, with the Six of Wands in the upright, which is progress, it's journeying, it's moving forward. Know your truth, apparently, is the thing that we need to confront here, because I've got the King of Swords in reverse, I've got the Queen of Swords in reverse as well. Don't forget to look to the past to see what it can teach you. It is not something to be shunned, even if it was painful. Remember, you can change the future by making informed choices, by having better boundaries. You do have this manifesting energy with the abracadabra, but risk is called for. You're going to need to take a risk in order to gain more. Know your truth, trust, risk. These are all difficult words to hear, but it is the very thing that will vanquish this energy from the past, which is an abuse of power. You're going to be happier in the future, make greater progress. There is something that you need to release. I think it's this figure from the past. That's the choice you're being asked to make. That's the conflict as well. The Emperor in reverse is often, it can be a sociopath, it can be an emotional abuser, it can be somebody feeling powerless. It's also in the upright the card for the astrological sign Aries. I'm not seeing it that way. It looks like you had to heal, for the Sun is a card of healing from abuses of the past. Now you've got your guard up, you're feeling very conflicted. You're not really allowing yourself to mingle, to take risks. You're not facing the truth, which is that you are the key figure in the future. Nobody can enter your life and do anything to you as long as your boundaries are intact. You're able to rebuff people when you need to. It's not truly a risk in order to have more people in your life. Change your mindset around what you think about in the past. Face your adversities, because they are actually the things that teach you the most lessons about how to win in the future, how to have better outcomes in the future as well. Let's go ahead and release that past relationship. Look towards the future with hope. Know that you are the key figure in everything that you're doing, and to know that everything that happened to you was for a purpose. Now, sometimes things are worsened when we try to cling with this Four of Pentacles energy in the upright, when we try to cling to things that are no longer meant for us. The universe can get pretty brutal, wrenching them away. But that is not a punishment. It's just trying to get you on your path. It's trying to aid you. And the harder that you are clinging to something, the more disruptive it may have been when it was taken away. But that is not about a judgment of you, just that you needed to get on your way. Two more times. 1 and 2. Okay. Okay. Oh, I just accidentally picked up 2. Perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward. I have spring. Your decisions fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. Listen, spring is about taking action as well. It's not just a seasonal card. I do not think, because it's just the beginning of summer, I don't think you're waiting a full year for any of this to happen, for your new beginnings, for your progress. I think that you're in the energy of change now, and part of the reason that you're seeing 222, this is a timeless reading. Whenever you see it is the right time for you, but part of the reason that you're seeing 222 is you're being urged to stop isolating for safety reasons. Come to the edge. Allow more in. Remember, the past is not pursuing you, and you are the person who can make a different decision and therefore have a different outcome, because the twos are about choices and decisions as well. Okay, we're going to take that? Okay, we'll take it. I have attraction, which is you attract more romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Don't go into situations with your guard up. Try not to. Try to be receptive. Try to enjoy other people. They don't represent peril. You are a self-protecting unit. You are the person who is able to defend yourself. You are the person who has power, and the adversities that you faced taught you more about your power. Don't have fear be your motivating force. Know your truth, and then you are the person who can make yourself secure. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. You do have your answers within. Even though you've had difficulties in the past, that doesn't mean that there are more butt-kicking lessons to come. You learned and you grew. Let's go. This is the Angel Answers card. If you have a question that you would like an answer to, this card combination may be able to answer it for you. I'm not going to go in depth on discussing it because it is for an answer for you. 2 more times. 1 and 2. Okay. There's something better. There's something better in the future for you. The past looks like maybe it was not delightful sometimes, but there's something better going forward. Try to trust that. Let's get with that abracadabra card. Let's go ahead and get a Making Magic card. This is a funny little deck. It can be a little funny to shuffle as well. There we go. And one more time. Love charm. Attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. I don't think that gladdened your heart. I have a feeling that you're living in the, oh, thank God, I finally recovered. Nobody's ever getting close to me again energy. I don't think that lasts. Page, things are happening here. All right, let's get a fortune cookie card to close this out, group number 3. And then we'll go over the last cards as well. 2 more times. And 2. Surprise. This is a card of surprise as well. A disappointment will be followed by a pleasant surprise. An invitation could bring love to those searching. Don't resist the universe trying to bring you greater happiness out of a sense of fear. Allow yourself to be surprised. Allow yourself to have increase. You will keep yourself safe. So let's go over this really quickly. The choices are yours. You are whole within, and you might have convinced yourself you don't need anybody else, and you never really truly will, but that doesn't mean somebody else can't enhance your life. The Emperor in reverse is the energy that you're trying to release, but you did manage to heal. Don't have your guard so up. Don't be as conflicted as you are about moving into the future because of the past. You learned as many things as you need to. You can converse with people. You can allow them into your life. You can have more. The truth of the matter is, as long as you have you are protected and you have your answers within. 8 of Cups in reverse, you're returning to yourself after a spiritual journey. You can drop your guard. All of the work that you put an end to your emotional suffering. There is more emotionally satisfying material coming to you. You can be at rest. You can be peaceful knowing that you are self-protective. You didn't fail at anything, and you can indeed step back. You've done so much work. Wait until you're challenged again. You will face your adversities. You have learned your lessons. The Page of Wands is creativity. It's the spark of life. It is interest. It is action as well. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse, another card of being able to relax. You can speak your truth. You can allow people access to your inner world. And then the 6 of Wands is often somebody new coming in. Okay, it can be movement. It is also the graduation card. You're graduating from the past and you're leaving it in the past where it belongs. Thank you so much for joining me. Hey, if you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. But if somebody approaches you in the comment section saying that they're selling readings and they seem to have my face and my name, it's not me. I do not read via WhatsApp. I do not read via text or PDF or email. Every one of my readings will be live streamed or a remote reading that has me in it. So everybody on YouTube, all the tarot card readers have a scammer impersonating them at this particular time. Just be cautious. The only way to book me is through my website. I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. Take care, be well, keep watching those twos, and know that your choices are empowered by the divine and that you are the best ally you can ever have. Welcome back. Hey, if you chose pile number 4, then this is your reading. Why do you keep seeing 222? I chose the 2 of Pentacles because that is the balance card. That is about making choices. Those are 2 of the representations of the number 2. Let's get to it though. Let's see why you're seeing the number 222 everywhere. That is the universe trying to communicate with you. Let's see what they're saying. Okay, we have forgive and forget. That is to free yourself. That is nothing about, hey, with this terrible thing that you did, that's okay, I don't mind. That is not the energy of the forgive and forget. It is to allow yourself to release animosity and pain and anger so that you can live free of it. It really doesn't have much to do with the person who perpetrated any type of harm or crime or injustice against you. You deserve to live free of the energy that they created, so forgive them and release it. That's a choice as well. Forgiveness is a choice. Release the anger. Understand how it shaped you. Understand that it was unfair. Unfortunately, sometimes life genuinely isn't. And the best way to make it fair is to reclaim your life, reclaim your power, and to go forward joyfully. I have Lion. Banish loneliness by reaching out to special friends. Okay. Are you self-isolating after a period of injury by another? Message in a bottle. That can be spirit guide messages, by the way. That can also be emails and texts from people afar. And is coming with change of seasons. Okay. This, of course, is moving into a new phase of life, into a new time period, into sometimes a season of growth following a season of healing. All right, we have pathway. Oh, that's a life's journey energy. And I have let go of ego. Hey, this is an interesting one because what in the world does it mean? Does it mean that who I am doesn't matter? That is not what that means. It means that sometimes we don't know best. It is the card of surrendering to the divine. The 2, if you're saying 222, it is your spirit guides trying to communicate with you, trying to form that partnership with your higher self. Your higher self is sometimes at variance with your ego. Your ego gets very fixated on things. It's partially informed by our wounded inner child, the formative damage that we all need to heal. But let go of ego, it sounds like people are being told, oh, you're too conceited, you're too self-involved. That is not what it means. It means that the part of you that is so deeply, deeply hurt sometimes with this forgive and forget energy, sometimes that is informed by ego because you get angry with the divine for how could you do that to me? It was never a judgment. It was never inflicted upon you because the divine just hates you. It is part of a life's purpose, part of a life's lesson. And then sometimes it is made worse because we won't let go of things due to our ego. When we won't recognize that maybe this isn't meant for me. Maybe I need another person. Maybe I need another job. Maybe I need to examine what went on in my childhood to figure out the ways in which it's informing the relationships that I have. The 2s are all about choices and maintaining a balance within, and that balance is between your higher self and your 3D self ego. I have the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. This is what I'm a conduit for. This is the card of enlightenment and truth and communication. This directly relates to your 3rd chakra, your 5th chakra, which is your throat chakra. That is communication, speaking your truth and facing it. Message in a bottle, and the divine message card for the Archangel Gabriel. You're being told to let go of ego, forgive and forget, and stop isolating. It's not protecting you. It's just keeping you alone. Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Please don't let your decisions be fear-based. If you're here right now, even if you've had something hideous happen to you, you can heal. Even if you're an incredibly injured energy right now, keep telling yourself things can get better. They will get better. I will heal. I'll eventually get over this. I will eventually feel better. Believe it, achieve it, keep going forward. Truly, you're not alone. Have courage. You're not, and if you're in pain, that's not saying, hey, you're being cowardly. Just rather, you're likely far more courageous than you give yourself credit for being, because if you're getting that and you're in pain, you're still trying if you're watching this reading at all. Give yourself credit for being courageous as well. All right, let's get going. And this is the Crystal Tarot. Let's see what it brings to us about why are they seeing 222? Why is group number 4 seeing 222 everywhere? Twos are, again, it's also about having options. It's also about having a menu of choice available to them and believing in yourself enough to make them. 2 is a duality number, which is marrying the head and the heart as well. That's one of the delicate balances that we're trying to strike. Let's see what we've got. 7 of Cups in the upright. This I get for spell work and magic all the time. It can be fantasy and illusion. It can be having many choices and needing to be careful with them. Quite frankly, it can be plans that have yet to be made, not really sure what the future holds. Let's see what it comes out with. Page of Wands in the upright is action being taken. This can be fire sign energy. Hey, please recall, I don't really call out the astrological signs of cards. I go far more by personality traits, and because there's so much that goes into astrology, your sun sign is not necessarily going to predict much. You need to know your full chart before these cards tend to be accurate. And that's just my feeling on it. I'm not throwing shade at any of the readers who do call them out. It's just not one of my guiding stars. Okay, I have the Chariot in the upright. That is progress, that is moving forward. It's the card for the astrological sign Cancer as well. I have that with the Magician, a card of personal power, being able to shape reality into what you want it to be. I have the 5 of Cups in the upright. Oh, that is a card of loss. It can be a card of grief. It can be a card of past pain as well. Some people call it the crying over spilled milk card. I always find that really reductive, and most of the people who are in my collective, they've had real stuff happen to them. This is a card that says there was healing needed. I have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Oh, frustration and anger with the 8 of Wands in reverse because of a lack of progress. Remember, the 8 of Wands in reverse is essentially the same energy as the 8 of Wands in the upright. It's just not making the progress that it needs to. And that can be because of an internal blockage. That can be from an external blockage. Just try to relax and allow things the time that they take. Sincerely, it is the easiest way to know peace. The Hierophant in reverse, now that's the card for Tauruses, but the Hierophant in reverse is a non-conforming attitude. It can be a loss of faith, and it can be the end of a marriage. Let's see. I have the 10 of Wands in reverse, which is less stress and releasing burdens. With the Fool in the upright, yeah, you might have undergone a divorce or a breakup, because the Fool is that leap of faith. It is leaving the past behind. It is a transformational energy with this as well. As you can see, it's surrounded by butterflies in this particular depiction. The Fool travels lightly, carrying with him or her or them as little of the past as possible. It is a new beginning, and again, it is exuberance. Queen of Swords in the upright can be truth, clarity. It is logical thinking. It is also somebody who can be very self-protective. I have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Ooh, truth and intuition. You really are being guided. You really are tapped into the universal flow. Gabriel is also in charge of life's purpose. All right, I have the 10 of Swords in reverse. Oh, trauma processing. With the 2 of Swords in reverse, an open third eye, and then the 6 of Cups in the reverse as well. Well, the past, you've been trying to see it as clearly as possible, but that forgive and forget energy starts coming into play here, because quite frankly, you had to heal, and it was very difficult. And trying to forgive something, sometimes it bumps into the misconception that it didn't matter. It will always matter. Your pain matters, but you matter so much that you deserve to feel better. Have courage. You're going to be fine. King of Pentacles in the upright. This can be Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus energy, and there's the Taurus card. But it is secure energy. It is confident energy. It's also financial increase and gain. It can be a doctor. It can be a policeman as well, if that you're talking about a romantic figure. With the Emperor in the upright. and then the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, so Three of Cups in reverse can be a card of isolation. You are self-isolating. You don't believe in your personal power enough. You're not as secure as you deserve to be, but it's a mindset versus a reality. The message in a bottle energy, your spirit guides are trying to tell you, please trust. Please don't self-isolate as much as you do. The Courage card with the Lion card, you are powerful. You are very, very powerful. Believe in yourself. You can forgive the past and let it go. You're not, because I think you're afraid it's going to repeat. Let's go with the magical messages from Fairies Oracle to see if it has anything to add. Oh, somebody just jumped right out. Healer, healing, healed, healer. Healing energy surrounds you with this situation. I'm going to take one more. That is the other thing about Gabriel. This is the Judgment card in Tarot. The other thing about that is life's purpose, and usually it is the card of healers as well. Now, Raphael, the Temperance card, and the, I think Raphael's in the Lovers in most depictions as well. That can also be a healer's card. But Gabriel is the bringer of truth, the bringer of enlightenment, and enlightenment brings healing. Let's get one more, simply because that one, like, again, practically leapt into the fray. Connect with nature. You've rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors. Grounding, grounding, grounding. Grounding, grounding, grounding. That brings more messages to you. It opens your psychic eye. And particularly if you're anxious, you're able, if you get out and you make contact with the earth, it is one of the things that can ground out that terrible anxious energy. Root chakra work can do the same thing. Let's get this guy out of the mix. I'm going to grab a romance angel because it looks like you're self-isolating to try and self-protect after a difficult period and a difficult relationship. This is the isolating energy of the Three of Cups in reverse. Your Lion is banish loneliness by reaching out to special friends. Hey, listen, if you've gone through a period of healing and you kind of neglected your relationships, get back in touch with people. They're going to be happy to hear from you. Sincerely, a true friend is not going to resent the fact that you needed time to take care of yourself. Okay, honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of the holiday time together. That can be with friends, that can be with lovers. You are being asked to gather with other people. We do have some holidays coming up here in the US, but this can be at any type of celebration. Honeymoon is also, it is pairing up with somebody. Please reset your energy to be more receptive to other people. More is actually trying to come to you. I am going to take an Angel Answers card as well. This is a good time to ask a question of your guides, and hopefully the card will answer for you. One. Let's go on two and two. Take action. Take action. Don't be passive in your life. Don't wait for things to be brought to you. Trust that you are guided. Trust that your actions can bring about what you're hoping for as well. Let's go ahead and get a Making Magic card. Almost everybody who's attracted to you have the Magician card as well, so you are someone who can manifest with less effort than other people. And there are some processes to undertake in order to manifest. Two more times. One and two. Wow. Time to shine. Create the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. Please come out of your shell. Please come out of your shell. There's a lot of success waiting for you. There's progress with this Chariot card. The thing that's blocking you is that you're tentative, you're a little bit frightened, and it's not because you're a coward. You're genuinely just not. You're actually a super courageous person. Please don't forget that part. If you don't feel like you are, hey, let go of ego, simply because everything that happened to you can serve a higher purpose and can make you much happier if you can stop concentrating on the why of it all. And I'm not blaming you and I am not shaming you. When something really hideously painful happens, as with this Ten of Swords, and sorry about that, as I was saying, when something really hideously painful happens, as with this Ten of Swords in reverse, everybody gets a little gun shy. It is completely natural. It is completely normal. Allow yourself to believe that the future can be different because you are different. You are the thing that makes the difference. The reason that you're seeing 222 is that is a card of self-reliance as well, marrying the two sides of ourselves, the emotional and the analytical, to be able to make better choices and to be able to protect ourselves better. Let's go ahead and we're going to get a fortune cookie card just to close this out, and then we'll go over the cards that remain. I'm sorry I did have to pause and delete some videos because I ran out of room, which is just a really big problem for me, almost always. Society, say yes to all the wonderful invitations coming your way. Excellent networking opportunities, a new love interests for singles will be the result. Hey, okay, group number 4, I ran out of room yet again. I had to empty my trash, it was tremendously full. So society, new pairings are trying to come to you, new people, friendships, some of them old, some of them new. Don't isolate out of a feeling of trying to maintain your safety. You are what makes you safe. You're seeing 222 because the universe is trying to tell you to allow more people in. You do not need to worry as much as you do. You can trust, you can face your adversities. The reason that you're seeing 222 is you do have good boundaries going forward. You are your own personal power. Okay, pay attention. When the universe is sending you signals, it is trying to communicate something to you. You are safer than you believe yourself to be because you are the person who makes yourself safe. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. That, by the way, is the only way to book me for a reading. Like a lot of readers on YouTube, I have a scammer impersonating me. So remember, the only way to book me is through my website. I do not read via WhatsApp, I do not read via text, and I do not read via email. If you pay anybody in any of those venues, that is not my reading. Take care, be well, thanks so much for joining me, and let more people in group number 4. You actually are healed. You're letting the past dictate the present and inform the future in a way that is limiting to you. You can do this. Believe in yourself.